When I watched their game tape and their victory last week, is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
On second down and 4, Goff. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive. Pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On second down now, it's Gordon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Goff. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Let's go!
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now Gordon on first down. And an alley to run. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Keep playing.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
There you go. Hey, I'm coming. 41 diamond. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. We're going to 54. Why? Hey, 41's Mike. 41's Mike.
A first down throw for Prescott. And the catch made by Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
47. Sweat.
Here's Prescott. Ebron's got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know you felt that one.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Gun.
At the Panthers'
Go to 54. Go to 54. Line. 26.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott over the middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
41's the mic. Check 41.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. This is Johnson. He's got it. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
That's right. Hey, count. 41. 47. All day, baby, all day. Hot 26.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
The defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
3rd and long. It's gone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands,
speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Give me some.
Go, tonight. 180.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, watch the screen.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here's Goff. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Fighting through. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done.
Let's go, boys.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. This short throw caught by Goddard. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
13 yards, first down, Panthers. Goff now looking to throw.
They all came together there in breaking.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go, 46, 46.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Zoom, zoom. 41's coming.
Switch it, hey.
Hey, watch the ball.
Here we go, 47.
41. Come on.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Don't let us breathe, defense.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Goff. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 28 yards the game there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Prescott on 1st down. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check 41. Gun. 41 Mike. 41 Mike.
47.
26.
From the red zone now, Prescott to the right side to Eric Ebron. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. First down now, but that clock rolling. To the air again, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Go, get out there.
Hey, 4 down. 40.
Here we go, 47.
That's it. I'm trying to collect. Hey, 41's Mike.
26.
Now Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
Right, kill. 47.
Mike,
26.
Prescott from the gun toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Prescott. Ebron with it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Prescott now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Hey, watch something. Check Mike 54.
To throw is Prescott. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
And that's how you throw up a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
Switch it, hey.
54. Here we go. Mike.
26.
They'll throw again. Prescott got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a third and about 13. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
run you over.
Now Gordon looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Target.
Throwing on second down. Goff. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Leonard Fournette. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. On second down, Kamara. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Check. Here we go, 47. 54. Gun.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
We own them. Hayward. We own them.
54.
Hey, 47. Check. 46.
Here's Prescott. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Come on, QB, come on. Check. We're going to 54. Wide in. Go. Get out there. Short. Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 56.
Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score? I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
They should have known. They should have known, baby.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had a victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory, like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Mike 5-4, Mike.
Back to throw. Goff. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
They run it here with Gordon. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And a big loss loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On the ground, this is Kamara. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. On 3rd down, here's Samuels. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand. I'm like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end that feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Able to get this to Gordon. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Hot. 180. I'm here all day.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. That's complete. It's Gordon. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now Goff. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now it's gone. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Steelers.